Hello.
Basta.
Okay.
Okay. Journey to Queens.
You're listening to NPR News in Washington. And it's on WNYC here in New York. I'm Tiffany Hansen. Good afternoon. Now 38 degrees at 4 minutes past 1 o'clock. A health insurance program covering nearly 2 million New Yorkers faces an uncertain future after President Trump cut half of its funding. WNYC's Caroline Lewis has more. Governor Hochul says she's trying to preserve coverage for as many New Yorkers as possible enrolled in the state's low-cost essential plan. Hochul's preferred solution is to lower the income limit needed to qualify, a move that would take 450,000 people off the plan, but preserve coverage for most enrollees. Hochul is still waiting on the federal approval required to make that change. Hochul's executive budget includes a Plan B. It would only preserve coverage for about a third of the people on the essential plan and cost the state $2 billion. A Trump administration spokesperson said the governor's proposal is under review. $30 million in federal funding has arrived for the Gateway Tunnel project. New York and New Jersey officials say it's the first installment of a $205 million grant that had been withheld since October. Last week, a federal judge ordered the payments while the lawsuit from the two states proceeds. The administration had appealed, but that effort expired on Thursday. Work on the $16 billion project had been suspended when the money ran out. The new tunnels would carry NJ Transit and Amtrak trains under the Hudson and allow repairs to the Sandy-damaged tubes that are now in use. Otherwise, here for your President's Day, expecting a few peaks of sun eventually and a high of 39 degrees. Right now we have 38 here in Soho with an overcast sky. It's WNYC.
Support for NPR comes from Capital One, offering their dining and entertainment card, Savor. What's in your wallet? Terms apply. Details at CapitalOne.com.
Turn left onto 3rd Avenue.
Today, we're talking about some of the films being recognized at this year's Independent Spirit Awards, which were held last night at the Hollywood Palladium. Later on in the hour, we'll talk about Twinless, about a complicated romance between two men whose twins
Drive
died.
southeast on East 42nd
We'll also
Street.
talk about Ethan,
Then turn left
which
onto 3rd
follows
Avenue.
the last hurrah of a small-town recreational baseball league whose field is being replaced by a school building. But first, let's talk about Lurker. What happens when a fan becomes too close to their idol? That's the question at the heart of the psychological thriller Lurker, which follows a normal guy named Matthew and a singer on the edge of fame named Oliver. Matthew is one of those people who has a parasocial relationship with Oliver, and he uses his cleverness and some manipulation to eke out a small corner
Continue
of
for a
Oliver's
half
inner
mile.
circle. But jealousy and ownership and belittling lead to a toxic mess. An NPR review noted, in his feature debut, Lurker's writer and director Alex Russell gets this paradox just right, on top of a lot of other icky facets of human existence. Lurker was nominated in 4 categories at this year's Independent Spirit Awards, including Best First Feature and Best First Screenplay for writer and director Alex Russell. and Best Lead and Supporting Performances, respectively, for Theodore Pellerin, who plays Matthew, and Archie Mataque, who plays Oliver. When Alex and Theodore joined me in the studio to talk about it, I started by asking Alex what aspects of fame he was thinking about as he put the film together.
If I'm being honest, I wasn't thinking that much about fame. I was thinking more about sort of the gravity of the person, and even on like a smaller scale, one person in a group of friends can sort of be the famous one. But thinking about groups of friends and where sort of the gravity lies and who, recently I was thinking about.
Turn left onto East 53rd Street.
There's always one person in the friend group who everyone goes to their apartment or something like that, and it's like, why don't we ever go to my apartment? And it's sort of these unspoken, like you were quoting, sort of achy facets of human existence, and I find them very funny, and I find them very sort of insights about human nature.
Teresa,
I think
over here.
that's really what I was thinking about, and then fame was sort of
Turn left onto East 53rd
almost like
Street.
a setting.
Then pickup will be on the left.
An extreme version of all this, where it's all very clear who's playing
Teresa,
what
how you
game
doing?
in the hierarchy. But there was a version of this movie that could have just taken place in like a fraternity or something like that.
That's interesting. Theodore, your character's life changes sort of in an instant at the opening of the film. You stumble on a song that you can put on that Oliver will respond to, and then you play it kind of cool. What did you want us to understand about Matthew in that moment?
Well, I think in that moment, I
Yo,
really,
Teresa,
at
I'm
the
in the
beginning of the film, I
building.
really see him as
You're
kind of
coming downstairs.
just a child
Teresa.
trying to make friends in quite a very honest way. I mean, he is manipulating circumstances and but he's just trying to fit in at the beginning. So yeah, I very much relate to what Alex is saying. To me,
How are you doing,
never
Teresa?
really felt like it was, the center of it was about fame. It was always about just really wanting to belong to something.
Hello?
Teresa, I'm here. I'm outside.
Yeah, and I'm downstairs almost half an hour. Where are you?
Black car.
Pickup is on the left.
I'm behind the blue van. There's a blue van.
Okay, I'm coming.
Come. Behind the blue van. Come. Because I don't want to block the traffic. Maybe I go front of it. Are you coming?
Where are you?
Oh, come.
You're behind your blue van. That's the blue van.
Yeah.
Drive northwest on East 53rd Street. Then, in 400 feet, turn left onto Lexington Avenue.
Welcome back. How you doing? Good?
Yes. I do not do tunnels, right?
Hmm?
I do not take the tunnel.
No, not tunnel. I don't like
I
tunnel.
don't like tunnel neither.
Tunnel is bullshit.
Turn left
They
onto
charge me
Lexington Avenue.
$25 each time I go to tunnel.
The company don't pay it?
Don't pay it. They sometimes pay, sometimes not. It's expensive. I take the 59th Street Bridge. Let me see.
You put up that window for me?
Continue for a half mile.
You're almost going like to Kennedy Airport.
I'm going to Kennedy Airport.
No, I said it's like that direction, you know what I mean? You're going to Howard Avenue.
Yeah, Howard Avenue, right?
780 Howard Avenue,
Yes.
Brooklyn. Okay, no problem. Let's go. Today is the President Day, so the traffic is good. President Day today. Hoppa.
Drive southeast on East 52nd Street. Then turn right onto 2nd Avenue.
In the posting of a Budweiser ad.
This month I celebrated my day through 65 of womanhood, and Bud Light sent me possibly the best gift ever, a can with my face on it.
The post received backlash from conservative social media who slammed the partnership and Budweiser for being too woke. As far as their Broadway debut, the two actors found their fame on TikTok, but both have roots in musical theater. Barlow graduated from the Alabama School of Fine Arts.
Drive northeast on 3rd Avenue. Then turn right onto East 54th Street.
And has performed off-Broadway.
Every sandwich has bread, every burger is a bun, but these warm, golden, smooth cream buns, these are special, reserved for the very best. With filet of fish and tuna. You can have them too. Don't miss deals like a filet of fish or 10-piece McNuggets. Get any two for just $7. Compare them with an icy cold Sprite. Price and participation may vary, cannot be combined with any other offer, single item at regular price.
At Citizens, real makes sense of your money. And
Drive northeast on 3rd Avenue. Then turn right onto East 56th Street. Drive northeast on 3rd Avenue. Then, in 500 feet, turn right onto East 58th Street. Turn right onto East 58th Street.
Bad Bunny is in the clear after his phenomenal Super Bowl halftime show. The FCC has found that his show did not violate any rules following an investigation. Several Republican congressmen have called for the investigation, saying his show potentially violated decency standards. According to the New York Post, though, sources confirmed that because the songs "Si Me Preguntó," "Monaco," and "Zafaera" were scrubbed of the normally included lewd lyrics, the FCC has shelved any additional investigation. A special exhibit celebrating mothers is coming to a gallery in Harlem. Sandra Heath, the founder of the Heath Gallery, says it will focus on mothers of color who are not only lifting up their families, but attempting to lift up their artistic gifts. She says artists didn't have to be mothers to contribute, but their work did have a similar caring to it.
Several of the artists are mothers, and that was very important. And those who are not mothers,
58th
the
Street.
way they approach their work is one
Yeah, 59, that's to go to the bridge.
I never get a taxi when you
The show
go
runs
to
until
Brooklyn.
March 20.
Drive northeast on 3rd Avenue. Then, in 800 feet, turn right onto East. Drive southeast on East 59th Street for a half mile.
to Brooklyn. Don't worry, don't worry.
I have to worry. I have somewhere else to go.
Well, you'll be there in 40 minutes. This how long it take? 40 minutes. You'll be in Howard Street, Brooklyn, okay? You have appointment? Don't worry, you'll be fine. Don't forget my $3 million.
Half an hour. Half an hour.
You'll be there at 2 o'clock, okay? That's what the system say. You'll be there 2
I
o'clock.
don't know. I know where you're the machine.
GPS say you'll be there 2 o'clock, okay?
I know I just don't want to take Brooklyn Bridge.
I'm not gonna take Brooklyn Bridge. It's all the way downtown. I'm taking you this direction. Brooklyn Bridge way downtown. Too much traffic. Don't worry, I know what I'm doing. I know my ABC. Do you want to drive? Be happy. Don't worry, be happy. Don't you worry about a thing.
In a quarter mile, keep left to stay on New York 25 East. Keep left to stay on New York 25 East. Then bear right.
Trouble at the Triborough heading towards Manhattan from Astoria. Yeah, that's a disabled vehicle. As I was mentioning in the last break over by Hoyt Avenue, you're tapping the brakes over by 31st Street, heading towards the foot of the Triborough Bridge. You're going to need some time, and here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. Whitestone and Profanity are in good shape. Now 15 minutes in at the George Washington Bridge, the outside is going to be about 20 with the cross.
Yeah, if you wanna drink water, I have water.
The outbound side, there are delays.
It's holy water
Over by Palisades Avenue is slow on
from Jerusalem.
Avenue. Inbound
You're welcome.
sometime on 139. A little sluggish there over by
You're
Palisades.
welcome, Mama.
Not much of the tubes though, so you should be okay there. Westbound, you're tapping the brakes over in front of the Brooklyn Bridge by the Flushing Avenue area, and then eastbound by Atlantic. Slow in Connecticut, north and south 95 by exit 6 in Stamford. Here's what we see on Long Island Victory. Slow on the westbound southern as they're still working on clearing that crash. In the left lane, the tow truck has arrived. There are the 2 lanes to skate around that. Not much as the northern and LIE. We like that now. The New Jersey Transit, fuel trains are about 5 scheduled for rail lines that operate through the Harlem Bridge corridor into New York Penn Station.
Bear right toward New York 25, Queens Boulevard. Continue for a half mile.
Actor Robert Duvall has died at the age of 95. His wife Luciana just shared the news on Facebook, saying, quote, "Yesterday we said goodbye to my beloved husband, cherished friend, and one of the greatest actors of our time. Bob passed away peacefully at home, surrounded by love and comfort." End quote. He starred in a number of classics, including The Godfather.
Would be disastrous. All the 5 families would come after you, Sonny. The Corleone family would be outcast.
He also starred in Apocalypse Now.
I love the smell of napalm in the morning.
Duvall was nominated for 7 Oscars and won for Best Oscar in 1984 for his role in Tender Mercies. Born in San Diego, Duvall moved to New York in 1955 and roomed in an apartment with another aspiring actor, Dustin Hoffman. He then landed roles off-Broadway and on TV before making the jump to the big screen. In her statement, Luciana Duvall said, quote, "To the world, he was an Academy Award-winning actor, a director, storyteller. To me, he was simply everything." Robert Duvall, again, was 95 years old.
Drive southeast on New York 25 East, Greensboro Plaza. Continue on New York 25 East for a half mile.
consequences under federal law.
Continue for a half mile.
Nurses at New York Presbyterian Hospital are starting another week on the picket line. More than a month after going on strike, fellow nurses at Mount Sinai and Montefiore medical centers returned to work over the weekend after reaching new deals. Mediators have presented a tentative agreement to nurses at New York Presbyterian last week, but they voted against it. Some students on Long Island could have slept in today on their day off, but instead they got up early, spreading a little bit of kindness.
A little kindness can spread of the whole world.
As Los Angeles Christine wraps up a gift of socks, mints, and other items for a senior in need, he talks about the importance of being kind to others.
When someone is kind to you, how does it make you feel?
It's like you won something.
It's Random Acts of Kindness Day at the Sid Jacobson JCC in East Hills. 11-year-old Blakely ate a kindness raw.
To be excited or like having them opening about their house.
The children ranged in age from 2 to 14. Sophia Hall, 1010 wins, the 92.3 FM on Long Island. It's 37 degrees and we've got fairly cloudy skies right now in Manhattan. And time now for Bloomberg Money Flash.
Bigger is apparently no longer better when it comes to homes. Those imposing symmetrical extensions of the housing boom of 20 years ago, with their mix of Tuscan, Mediterranean, and colonial revival style, those two-story foyers, arched doors, and complex rooflines, well, they are out and more curated. Intentional living is in, and it's not all about the money either. I think affordability is a major catalyst, but I don't think that's the whole story. Amanda Pendleton, home trends expert at Zillow. Rising costs of
In a quarter mile, turn left onto Borden Avenue.
and I think that has accelerated this broader redefinition of comfort. She says man caves are also out, and spa-inspired bathrooms, golf simulators, and pickleball courts are in instead, along with more practical features like energy efficiency, whole home batteries, and flood and fire protection. I'm Denise Pellegrini, Bloomberg Money Watch.
Turn left onto Borden Avenue.
It's my number one choice for news.
Well, so much is happening in the world today. I keep it on all day long.
It moves so fast, you gotta be up on it. And wins.
92.3 FM.
Nikki Barber with 2 words any business owner wants to hear. Extra income. Amazon Hub Delivery is looking for New York businesses to assist with local deliveries. You get paid for each package delivered. Amazon Hub Delivery has no startup costs, no long-term contracts, and no delivery experience required. If you're a New York business ready to assist with local delivery, apply today at Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. That's Amazon.com/HUB Delivery. That was easy. So I opened a restaurant, needed everything. Menus, catered brochures, everything in this phone. Staples, we printed it all. It's just a takeout menus. What money they would have brought it from. But now with Staples, $125 off custom print orders. $125.
In 1,000 feet, stay straight to take the Interstate 495 East ramp. Stay straight to take the Interstate 495 East ramp toward Interstate 278, Long Island Expressway.
Now I'm a successful immigration attorney. I am you, and I understand your fears. The climate for immigration has drastically changed. Unfortunately, it will continue this way under the current administration. Take action. Call Bar Law now, 646-894-5900. If you're an immigrant, you no longer have the luxury to fix your immigration status at your
Drive east on Borden Avenue. Then stay straight to take the Interstate 495 East ramp.
894-5900. These are hectic times. Let me help you tune up, fear and panic, and guide you through this scary immigration period. Call Bar Law at 646-894-5900. 646-894-5900. Bar Law.
Immigration attorneys can help you see your legal problems through.
You don't hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocate is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-497-8091. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problem. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmares today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-497-8091.
In a quarter mile, keep straight to take Interstate 495 alternate toward Maurice Avenue. Keep straight to take Interstate 495 alternate. In a quarter mile, keep left to take Interstate. Drive east. Then keep left to take Interstate 495 alternate. Keep left to take Interstate 495 alternate. In a half mile, keep left to take Interstate 495 east toward eastern Long Island. Drive southeast on Interstate 495 east, Long Island Expressway for 4 miles.
Choosing the right firm is crucial to get the help you need and the best result possible.
And let's get the AccuWeather forecast for all those places heaven there. O'Brien Thompson, it's you. Good afternoon.
It is. Good afternoon, Bridget. So we do have a fair amount of clouds around right now, starting to see a few glimpses of sunshine across the area. And we will see some sun here as we enter the rest of the afternoon, a high of 41. We'll turn off mostly cloudy as we head to tonight. Will be a bit of drizzle, maybe a bit of snow shower late, especially north of the city. A lower mid down about 34, closer to 30 farther north, where there might be a few icy spots. Turning warmer tomorrow, clouds, a little bit of sunshine. Tomorrow's high about 48, and some rain on the way for Wednesday, high 43. And then as we head into Thursday, mostly cloudy, a high 42. There could be a rain or snow shower in a few spots. Right now it's mostly cloudy and 37 in Central Park, humidity 59%, winds at the northeast at 5 miles per hour. Again, we're 37 in Long Island, 41 in Midtown. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Brian Coffey of our New York's weather station, 1010 winds on 92.3 out now.
Opening statements today in a Georgia school shooting case. In this one, prosecutors are trying to hold the parents responsible for shootings committed by their children.
The trial of Colin Gray gets underway in Georgia. Nearly a year and a half after authorities say his teen son shot and killed 2 students and 2 teachers at Appalachian High School. Gray is charged with second-degree murder. Prosecutors are expected to argue that Gray gave his then 14-year-old son, Colt, the murder weapon, a semi-automatic rifle, for Christmas, despite receiving, quote, sufficient warning that Colt Gray would harm and endanger the bodily safety of another.
Sophie Flay there, Colt Gray, now 16, has been indicted on dozens of counts, including murder. He has pleaded not guilty. A trial date has not been set. The suspect in the mass shooting at a Jewish festival on Sydney's Bondi Beach had his first court appearance today since being released from a hospital. Naveed Akram, who remains in prison, appeared via video. He did not enter a plea to murder or terrorism. generating app.
Chinese firm ByteDance says it respects intellectual property rights and that it will strengthen current safeguards on its AI video generator called CDance 2.0. It comes after that tool allowed people to generate videos of celebrities like Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt, as well as several copyrighted characters. The Motion Picture Association, which represents companies like Netflix and Universal, issued a statement over the weekend saying, in part, ByteDance is disregarding well-established copyright law. Mike DeBussy, ABC News.
In New Orleans, Fat Tuesday is looking a little bit different.
Mardi Gras without beads? Well, no plastic beads. They're bad for the environment. 46 tons of them clogged the New Orleans storm drains one year after flooding, and they've been found in Lake Pontchartrain.
In 1 mile, take exit 2280.
Beads are being tossed. They are starch-based, and they have okra seeds inside for later planting. They were developed at Louisiana State University. Wayne Cat, ABC News.
And coming up in 1010 Wins Entertainment.
Drive northeast on Interstate 495 East, Long Island. In 1 mile, take exit 2280.
1010 Wins Entertainment is next.
Take the guesswork out of cooking, folks. The Chef IQ senses a must-have wireless cooking thermometer that eliminates under or overcooking chicken, fish, or steak. Order the newly released third-generation Chef IQ Sense at chefiq.com. That's chefiq.com.
Start the new year off on a healthier note by taking active liver supplements from New Nordic every day. Available online at Amazon or newnordicusa.com or at your local CVS, ShopRite, Meyer Grocery, or Wegmans. Hey, I heard you switched banks. How's it going? Yep. It's the big corporate bank. Hanover Bank made it easy. I do my business and personal types. Hanover Bank. Are they local? Totally. Locations being right here. Their team lives in the same communities they serve, so the money stays local, benefiting businesses, homes, and futures in our town. Sounds like you're banking with neighbors. Exactly. Real people, real service. I'm sold. Hanover Bank, huh? I'm checking them out.
Visit HanoverBank.com. Hanover Bank. Forward together.
This is the story of the one. As a purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just
In a
stop
half
by.
mile, take exit 2280 onto Interstate 678 toward Grand Central Parkway, Van Wyck Expressway.
Comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Paper Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks papers in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family. Thanks, Mom.
Vicks VapoStick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks Vapors, so you need more comfort for yourself. Use this directed.
1010 Wins Entertainment. The SpongeBob movie Search for SquarePants will be available for streaming on Paramount Plus starting tomorrow. Touch me! The most pants-wettingly scariest ghost to ever roam the high seas. Oh, well, he went. This will be the fourth SpongeBob movie, and it is set out to prove his bravery to Mr. Krabs. At Danson, reflecting about his time spent on the sitcom Cheers, he tells Jesse Tyler Ferguson on his Dinners on Me podcast that the show was once dead in the ratings. NBC considered canceling it, but it had no replacement. A new gig for Harry Styles. The pop superstar has been tasked with creating the lineup for one of the UK's
Take exit 2280.
Meltdown Festival to begin in June.
Entertainment on 1010 Wins is sponsored by Shulman & Hill, New York's injury lawyers.
NY.com.
That's hurtny.com.
And this message, discover Hilby Group Insurance Benefits and HR Solutions. Learn more at hilbygroup.com.
When equipment breaks down and operations come to a halt, every single second counts. So why is your maintenance team spending 60% of their time
Continue for a half mile.
but turning wrenches? Maintain X, the AI-powered maintenance and asset management system that helps your team get back to actually fixing breakdowns. No more searching for manuals. No more hunting down parts. No more drowning in paperwork. With Maintain X, your team can access manuals from anywhere.
create new procedures in minutes and turn voice notes into clear, complete work order feedback.
And they don't take me the way I know. I'm getting up on the car. They take my car. So I know you take 59th Street.
MaintainX.com/AI. That's maintain and the letter X.com/AI.
Lose the noise, keep the news. Ditch the AM static for
Drive east on GCP, Grand Central Parkway for 1.5 miles.
Newswatch never stops. This is 1010 Win on 92.3 FM. You give us 22 minutes. We'll give you the world.
Good afternoon, 37 degrees at 1:40. I'm Bridget Quinn. Here's what's happening. Bad news from Hollywood. Oscar winner Robert Duvall, who played consigliere Tom Hagen in both Godfather movies, has died at the age of 95. She's not brought home alive. The Nancy Guthrie kidnapper should get the death penalty. That's from President Trump, and this from Susanna Guthrie. A deadly fire in Queens, an 82-year-old man killed as flames engulfed his apartment in Elmhurst. Mary Lynn Buckley is coming up. Never head on a DMV crackdown, and will there be a next team's captain? What do you say about that, Steve Cohen? AccuWeather says clouds get away from sun late in the day with a high of 41 degrees. Wind inside 141. Let's get you where you need to go, and here's Andre Ferro.
This is the Belt Parkway. We have issues if you're traveling on the eastbound side of the Belt. This is over by Pennsylvania Avenue. One lane is knocked out. It's the right lane, and that's what's causing that extra slowdown as you speed through.
In a half mile, keep left to stay on GCP, Grand Central Parkway.
Eastbound by Atlantic is slow. Here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. About 10 minutes of inbound towards Washer Bridge 20 on the outbound side of the Cross Bronx lane. About 5 minutes round trip of the Lincoln, 10 minutes round trip of the Holland. There are delays on the northbound turnpike in New Jersey heading up towards Raymond Boulevard and approaching the Eastern Western Curve just north of the Newark Bay. The exit plans to slow down if you're traveling in Stamford over by exit.
Keep left to stay on GCP.
Southbound delay there. Now with New Jersey Transit, new train and modified schedule for rail lines.
In 1,000 feet, take exit 14 toward Jackie Robinson Parkway West. Take exit 14. In a quarter mile, keep left to take JR, Jackie Robinson Parkway toward Jackie Robinson Parkway West.
His wife Christina broke the news on Facebook today. To the world, he was an Academy Award-winning actor, a director, and a storyteller. To me, he was simply everything. Though arguably best known for
Keep
playing
left to
Tom
take
in the
JR.
Godfather movies, Duvall won his Oscar for his role as an alcoholic
Continue for
country
5
singer in
miles.
the movie Tender Mercies.
My daughter killed an automobile accident. Why? See, I don't trust happiness. I never did. I never will.
Other memorable roles, Apocalypse Now and That Smell of Napalm.
Smell like gasoline smell. Call him. Smell like.
He once revealed that famous scene was done in just one take. Duvall distinguished himself as an actor when he played Boone Radley in 1962's To Kill a Mockingbird, even though he didn't have a line of dialogue. He got the role of Gus in the 1989 TV miniseries Lonesome Dove because he was an expert rider. Duvall said of that miniseries, boys, we're making the Godfather of Westerns. Duvall got 2 of his Oscar nominations for his role as Tom Hagen and for playing a Marine pilot in The Great Santini. Robert Duvall, dead at the age of 95. President Trump says the Nancy Guthrie kidnapper should get the death penalty if Guthrie is not returned alive. Mr. Trump tells the Post he would instruct the Justice Department to cease the death penalty. Federal charges are common in high-profile cases, particularly if there is an interstate component or if a federal statute is violated. Savannah Guthrie is once again taking to social media pleading for her mother's safe return. We still have hope.
In a new video, Today Show co-host Savannah Guthrie is plea to whoever is holding her mother.
It is never too late to do the right thing.
Police believe Nancy Guthrie was taken from her home on February 1st. The FBI says a black glove found near her Arizona home is being tested for
Brooklyn, it's not Queens. East New York Avenue, Brooklyn. What are you talking about?
Why did you take, what bridge did you take?
Because he don't want to take the tunnel, so I took the bridge. So,
We're talking about a $50 to be getting it, it's $3.
yeah, of course, you pay only $3. You don't pay anything.
But the company paying you?
Of course.
You think it's fair to me to sit down in your car for a half an hour ride to an hour and change?
If I just be happy you get right for $3. If you don't like,
You should be lucky that this country and you got a job.
no, I work Uber and Lyft. I just doing you a favor.
You're not doing me no favor.
Yeah, I do you a favor.
You do me a favor?
Yeah, of course I do you a favor. You could wait 2 hours and nobody will take you, you know. It's a holiday. It's a President Day. Nobody work. I'm doing you a favor.
Drive south on JR,
Take it
Jackie
easy.
Robinson Parkway, then bear right toward East New York Avenue.
You see, you're already in East New York. What are you talking about?
In a quarter mile, keep left to take East New
You should
York
have
Avenue.
patience. You need to have patience. You don't have any
If
patience.
you had go over Brooklyn Bridge.
But Brooklyn Bridge is far away. I pick you up on 53 and 3rd Avenue. Brooklyn Bridge is all the way downtown.
You know how long it took me half an hour to get to where I was going this morning.
Okay, this will take you 40 minutes. 40 minutes. You come a different way, you know. Coming is different than going back. It's always going to be different. It's not going to be same. Be happy, be grateful. Anger and no good anger. Anger and jealousy is waste of energy. Just be happy. Life is good. It's a bad word. You see, this road is bumpy road. They don't fix the road. The mayor is a schmuck.
Keep left to take East New York Avenue. In a quarter mile, turn left onto Segment Street. Turn left onto Segment Street, then turn right. Turn right onto East New York Avenue. Continue for 1 mile.
East New York, baby. Everybody love East New York.
Drive southwest on East New York Avenue. In a quarter mile, bear right onto Prospect Place. right onto Prospect Place.
Communications officer says heated rivalry is a phenomenon bringing new fans, and what those fans will find is a warm welcome. Bloomberg reporter Randall Williams says the show is lighting the lamp for the NHL.
The business is good, and a show like this keeps live.
Williams says the drama.
People want content, they want unique ways that they can watch sports, and ultimately they want stories and personalities that they can appeal to. And when sports leagues find unique ways to do that, normally they win.
Heated rivalry averages more than 2.5 million U.S. viewers an episode. SeatGeek reports a rise in ticket sales and younger, more serious NHL fans. I'm Denise Pellegrini, Sunday Money Watch on Sunday Business at 9:53 FM.
In 600 feet, bear left onto Eastern Parkway. Drive west on Prospect Place. Then bear left onto Eastern Parkway. Bear left onto Eastern Parkway.
Construction accident, car accident, slip, trip, and fall. Call them now. 800-318-8888. Spectre and Associates has recovered hundreds of millions for the injured. Been in an accident? CrashInjury.com. Call 800-318-8888. The lawyers at Spectre and Associates serious injury attorneys fight hard. Win big to get you what you deserve. Call them now. 800-318-8888.
Continue for a half mile.
318-8888 or visit CrashInjury.com.
In a quarter mile, turn left onto Howard Avenue.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell is definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. Do you feel stupid for buying a timeshare? Don't. It's not your fault. You were most likely told you could ruin it, and it was a great financial investment. And the deal was available today only. This afternoon, you contact your
Turn left onto Howard Avenue.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. Angela Loya, our service aide. Kyle Mazar with the editor's desk, and I'm Bridget Quinn.
Continue for a half mile.
Married the Godfather actor Robert Duvall, who starred in many other iconic
Howard Avenue. In 500 feet, drop-off will be on the right. Drop-off is on the right.
You been here before? Where is good for you here?
Go down to the end.
Go
You
down.
got to make us, we have to get off.
Right here is good?
Yes.
Okay. God bless you.
Thank you.
You have a good day. Be patient, Mama. We love you.
No, I got stuck in underneath your shoe.
Okay, I mean this car is leaving. You can get off on the left side. You can get left. There's nobody here. You can get left.
Wait, my feet stuck in your underneath here.
Okay, I'm gonna move. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Here you can get off here.
I'm good.
There's nobody here. You can get off here. Nobody here. Good day, Mama. Welcome.
Yeah, they also say a fire hydrant out there was inoperative, and they've been telling folks for the last several weeks, if you have a fire hydrant on your property, be it a home or business, please dig it out of the snow. You don't want to be running around looking for a fire hydrant, and particularly if something should break out at your house, just in case. So they're just telling everybody to be mindful of that. Meantime, word today that Oscar-winning actor, director, and legendary storyteller Robert Duvall has died at the age of 95. His wife, Luciana, announced his passing a while ago on Facebook, saying he died yesterday, peacefully at their home, surrounded by family. Nobody that ever gone down to New York for this captain never. It would be disaster. All the family would come after you, son. The Corleone family would get all cash. Grandfather series, legend, and his family says his craft was matched only by his love for the characters he played. We'll no doubt be hearing more, plus reaction about the passing of Hollywood giant Robert
not a fan. And then they drop the number of points of 26 on your license. So I'm gonna reach that driver's assessment so fast. Ain't right, the new limit to lose your license now 10 points over 2 years. Some other changes like speeding now up a point, or driving without a license up to 11 points. But what didn't change, surprisingly,
to the next one, on to the next one, on to the next one. Keep the best for the last. The best of the best. Beach Boys. Beach Boys. Your puppy.
A hapless Amazon delivery guy in the UK was forced to ditch his van after he says GPS told him to drive straight into some water. Now, the UK Coast Guard, you know it's bad when the UK Coast Guard is part of the story, right? Coast Guard says the driver drove straight into rising waters yesterday as he tried to navigate a tricky 6-mile walking path. Keyword again. He was trying to get to a place called, you ready for this? Foulness Island. The Coast Guard has warned drivers they shouldn't even try to access the 600-year-old path that leads to that, saying that path isn't for vehicles anyway and should be only walked, that key word, with a guide who knows the mud flats. Needless to say, the packages didn't get to where he was taking them, but the driver is okay after the Coast Guard fished him out. That's crazy. Back here, Mets owner Steve Cohen said the quiet thing out loud today. He's absolutely annoyed and sick and tired of being sick and tired of the Mets not making the playoffs and not winning a title. Reporters caught up with him actually down in Fort St. Lucie, where the Mets are doing the annual spring cleaning to get out the cobwebs. Cohen arrived at Clover Park today and says, yeah, I'm just like the fans. I'm just tired.
I'm absolutely annoyed. You know, every year that goes by, I get frustrated. And I'm really committed to this team. I know how much the fans care. I know we're celebrating the 40th anniversary of 1986, and that's just too long.
Cohen sounds like he's put behind the scenes. Well, anyway, he says no matter what you do, it doesn't mean you're necessarily going to win the World Series. But he says that they're going to be in a position every year in the playoffs to have a shot at it, right? And by the way, he says as long as he's the owner of the team, there will never be a team captain. Says he'd rather leave it up to the locker room to sort that out. He says he felt a certain way when the Mets parted ways with their core guys without having replacements already lined up. And he says it didn't help when they lost out on the Edwin Diaz sweepstakes, you know, to re-sign him. And then when Kyle Tucker spurned them and went with the Dodgers, like, aye. The battle against AI in creative arts continues, with Hollywood now condemning a super realistic looking AI video generator claiming copyright infringement.
It's already hard to tell when videos are real. Now it's becoming true of movies. It looks like Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt fighting, but it's artificial intelligence, a video generator from China's ByteDance, the TikTok creator. Seeing that clip, the writer of the Deadpool series, Rhett Reese, said, I hate to say it, it's likely over for us. Not if the union can help it. SAG-AFTRA says it stands with the studios, condemning this blatant infringement. ByteDance said Sunday it will strengthen this work. James Cabot, ABC News.
The head of the Motion Picture Association says the service is disregarding well-established copyright law that protects the rights of creators and underpins millions of American jobs. We got headlines coming next.
You don't hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-579-3834. Don't lose
Speed
hope.
bumper
PRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today.
Track American history by which of those categories we've tended toward.
We need to take a break here. Let me reintroduce you. Our guest is presidential historian John Meacham. His latest book is American Struggle, Democracy, Dissent, and the Pursuit of a More Perfect Union. We'll be right back after this break. This is Fresh Air.
Manuscripts, music, maps, the Library of Congress preserves them all, but also movies.
Yeah. Police trouble.
The movies that have shaped our history and culture.
Police do not move.
That's coming up Monday on Point. Weeknights at
Police
8 on
reported ahead.
WNYC.
This is Fresh Air, and on President's Day, we're listening to the interview I recorded last week with presidential historian John Meacham. His latest book is a collection of original texts from colonial times to the present, titled American Struggle, Democracy, Dissent, and the Pursuit of a More Perfect Union. Before the break, we listened to some of Donald Trump's speech to the World Economic Forum in Davos, in which he recounted being annoyed by the president of Switzerland and imposing a tariff 39% because, as in his own words, she rubbed me the wrong way. Now, I just want to say he did lower that tariff eventually, but what's remarkable about this is that in setting tariffs, not just this one, but all of them, President Trump has been relying on a law passed by Congress in 1977, the International Emergency Economic Powers Act, which authorizes the president to raise tariffs and take other economic steps to deal with unusual and extraordinary threats to national security, foreign policy, or the economy originating outside the United States. Not because you're annoyed with somebody. And this is a theme of this presidency of the president assuming powers that were granted to Congress. A lot of these issues are under challenge in the courts, typically brought by parties other than members of Congress, I think. Isn't it striking that Congress has allowed the president to usurp so many of its own prerogatives and powers?
It is striking. It is unsurprising. There's a distinction. It's important. It's noteworthy. It's even essential. But when you look at the incentives that govern the lives of the Republican lawmakers, it becomes less surprising. So if you want to know whether a Republican lawmaker is likely to stand up and oppose grabs for executive power or the misuse of emergency powers in non-emergency times being taken by the Trump White House, the thing you have to look for, I believe, show me their primary electorate.
Speed and red light camera
their
ahead.
approval rating the president has among likely primary voters in a district or a state. And I will be able, you would be able to predict with some degree of certainty whether or not that person is going to stand up. Lincoln said, all men act on incentive. And as President Kennedy said, there's a reason that Profiles in Courage was short and one volume, right? They're not a lot of examples.
Stand up for your right. The big band, the big
These are folks who swore an oath, and they didn't swear an oath to their party, and they didn't swear an oath to their president, they didn't swear an oath to their party leadership, or their donors, or their social media managers, or their consultants. They swore an oath to the Constitution of the United States to defend it against all enemies, foreign and domestic. And what I say to active politicians when I have the good fortune to talk to them is, what do you want us to think about you once you're gone? I call it the portrait test. And I draw this particularly profound one from that marvelous story about Lyndon Johnson in March of 1965, just after Bloody Sunday, when John Lewis and Hosea Williams Johnson asked George Wallace, the governor of Alabama, segregationists, to come to Washington, to come to the Oval Office. And he sits Wallace down on these deep-seated cushions.
Get up,
in the
stand
Oval
up.
Office. So he sort of sings.
Stand up, boy.
And LBJ had a large, big guy anyway, but a large rocking chair. And he leans over Wallace. And he says, George, when you're dead and gone, what do you want your grave to say? Do you want it to be a scrawny little pine board thing that says George Wallace he hated? Or do you want it to be a lovely, huge marble grave that says George Wallace he built? And that's a question that should be put to each of these folks every day.
I have to ask you, do you know what Wallace said in response to that?
I'm glad you asked. When Wallace came out, he says, if I'd stayed in there any longer, he would have had me coming out for civil rights.
A nod to LBJ's persuasive powers. Right. You know, it struck me that when you were saying a question you would ask people in Congress is how do you want to be remembered? What will your portrait say? And I think some of the folks who are supporting President Trump here would say,
Red light camera ahead.
And protected America from the radical socialists who were going to destroy the country.
I'm sure they will. I'm sure they do think that. Here's what I say back. I believe you could describe American history between 1932 and 2016 as a kind of figurative debate between Franklin Roosevelt and Ronald Reagan. Right? You see what I mean? There's...
Isn't a thing? Very legit question. White privilege could not exist if whiteness is imaginary. A good question.
Does not look good. He's one of these actors. I'm going through his career here. It's very rare for him to have an entire year go by where he wasn't doing some movie. Good for him. You know, a lot of actors, they have like down. You'll see, you look up their resumes, like 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, nothing happened. Granted, I haven't heard of any of his. Look, how many of these movies have you heard of that he's done recently? Well, let's say the past. He's 95. You get retired, so let's go back a little bit. Let's go. He did 3 movies in the year 2000. The Sixth Day, A Shot at Glory, John Q. 2002, Assassination Tango, Gods and Generals. 2003, Open Range. 2005, Kicking and Screaming. Thank You for Smoking. I do remember that movie. I saw that movie. I don't remember him. 2007, Lucky You, We Own the Night. 2008, Four Christmases. 2009, Crazy Heart, The Road, Get Low. 2011, 7 Days in Utopia. 2012, Jane Mansfield's Car. Casting by, played himself in that movie, Jack Reacher. He was in a Jack Reacher movie. Those are big. Heard of those. A Night in Old Mexico, I don't know it. The Judge, I don't know it. Now, this is not, I'm not criticizing him. I mean, this is the beauty of it. Not every movie you're going to be in is going to be The Godfather. It's going to be Apocalypse Now. This is the trick. This is the key. This is to keep working. And he did. Let's see here. Wild Horses, Dubious Battle. I think I heard the book. I never heard of it. Widows, 12 Mighty Orphans, Hustle. Wait, is that the American Hustle? No, it's another one. I don't know. Yeah, that was actually got some fun. Well, amazing life, huh? Then again, is it an amazing life? Is it an amazing life to be an actor? I don't know. You're always reading somebody else's lines. You know, how did Robert Duvall feel when you went up to him and said, "Oh man, you're awesome in Apocalypse Now. I love the smell of napalm in the morning. Oh yeah, that was great." I mean, Francis Ford Coppola wrote that line. You know, how do you, I don't know. I wonder what that's like. Probably thinking too much about it. I'm sure he was very gracious about it and said, thank you very much. All right, Robert Duvall, dead at 95. Oh, the goofy AOC clip and more from the great one. Oh, and the new erotic poem from Eric Swalwell.
Greg Kelly here. Donate now to toysfortots.org, working year-round, delivering hope to children at Christmas time and beyond. In 2024, Toys for Tots provided over 30 million toys to nearly 13 million children in need. Donate now, please. Go to toysfortots.org. Since 1947, Toys for Tots has distributed 708 million toys to 314 million deserving children. Working year-round, Toys for Tots. Donate now. Go to toysfortots.org. That's toysfortots.org.
Listen to this podcast now
on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
The Miller Report with Suzanne Miller.
Welcome, Bill de Blasio.
The city has gotten consistently safer. The NYPD does not make up statistics.
Mayor Adams and Jessica Fish.
If the city's gotten safer, you cannot say, oh, I saw some rats, some garbage, but ignore what the NYPD is achieving on public safety. We are making progress. Now let's go make more.
Download all of Red Apple Media's podcasts right now through your favorite podcast platform.
Want to hear a shocking statistic? Medical malpractice is the third leading cause of death in America. Don't believe it? Google it. And that doesn't count serious injuries like birth injuries to perfectly healthy children. All doctors wear white jackets, but it doesn't make them all the same. Most medical errors are committed by the same quacks over and over again. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Many hospitals looking for more profits are forcing doctors and their groups to be employees of the hospital or be forced out of their system. It's a troubling trend in medicine. People make mistakes, but medical mistakes are huge and often forever. If you believe your child suffered a birth injury or a misdiagnosis or mistake led to a loved one's death or injury, let our team of medical malpractice lawyers examine your case for free. No recovery, no fee. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome. Morgan & Morgan, New York, PLLC, 199 Water Street, New York, New York, 212-738-6299.
Born on America's darkest day of 9/11, the Tunnel to Towers Foundation has been helping America's heroes ever since. When a first responder or military service member doesn't come home and young children are left behind, Tunnel to Towers pays the mortgage on the family home, lifting the financial burden. For our catastrophically injured veterans and first responders, Tunnel to Towers builds mortgage-free smart homes, enabling severely injured heroes to live independent lives. Through the Foundation's Homeless Veteran Program, Tunnel to Towers is providing housing and services to homeless veterans. The Foundation is helping America to never forget 9/11 and its heroes through hundreds of events across the nation, while its 9/11 Institute helps teachers educate children about our nation's darkest day. People who put their lives on the line for our country and our communities need your help. Join Tunnel to Towers on its mission to do good and never forget 9/11 or the sacrifices of America's heroes. Donate $11 a month and amplify your impact by donating your car or land. Go to T2T.org. That's T, the number 2, T.org.
When equipment breaks down and operations come to a halt, every single second counts. So why is your maintenance team spending 60% of their time doing anything but turning wrenches? MaintainX is the AI-powered maintenance and asset management system that helps your team get back to actually fixing breakdowns. No more searching for manuals, no more hunting down parts, no more drowning in paperwork. With MaintainX, your team can access manuals from and turn voice notes into clear and complete work order feedback. What used to take hours now only
can do our taxes, do our, make our healthcare appointments, make essentially your banking online. You should be able to vote by phone. Make it safe, make it secure, but it's actually already happening all over the United States. I want us to be a blue state that doesn't do just a little bit better than like Georgia or Alabama when it comes to like voting access. I want us to max out democracy. Also, as it relates to democracy, if you wait in line for 30 minutes or more, if you do want to vote in person, I think you should fine every county for every minute that person has to wait longer.
All right, Eric Swalwell, folks, not exactly big in the brain department. Democrat congressman from California, quite dangerously for California. He is running for governor of California.
Insane in the brain. Insane in the brain.
Very foolish thing. However, the great investigative journalist slash Joel Gilbert may have hit the mother load. This guy is a sexual weirdo too? I don't know. Let's bring in Joel. Joel, welcome back. How are you?
Okay, good to be back. It's a big day. Daily Mail just covered my research on Eric Swalwell's college years at Temple University in North Carolina, and I uncovered some very disturbing writings that he made, including a violent, drunken poem where he eroticizes violence against women in this crazy poem that he actually published as part of a course, and he's going to have to answer for that. I don't think women voters are going to like it when they see how he refers to using alcohol to eroticize violence against women, and that's what he was up to in college.
All right, so the poem is called Hungover from Burgundy. Is that the one?
That's the one.
You want to read it?
Yeah, I can read a few parts of it. He says, a flurry of limbs and nails, she chased and I ran. Atop my hotel, she stopped. My anxious arms she bit while I screamed. She bent her lips into mine, kissing until veins imploded, till blood rolled down our chins. In the morning, her form sloppy, her legs pale, my lips cracked and dry, and we groaned simultaneously. So it's a whole drunken encounter with a lot of violence, and this is how he refers to a sexual encounter with alcohol.
Is the dirtiest bottled water brand in the...
I think it's very disturbing.
Night vision as well, guys. So you're going to get 24/7 security. It has AI human detection. It's weatherproof. It's waterproof. There's no batteries necessary, nothing like that. It's going to come with everything you need to charge it up.
פתרת וגם באת אליי ללה וכתבתי שיבוא לך סרטן.
תקשיב לי טוב, זה שהיית אתמול אצלי בלייב, אלף פסק זמן 2, תקשיב טוב, גם את זה ראיתי, הכל טוב, אל תדאג, שופטת תדע הכל,
בוודאי.
וכנראה זה ששלחת לי מתנות יא חתיכת מופת, וכנראה רצית סליחה על הביטוי לזיין אותי, גם את זה השופטת תדע, הבנת? הכל טוב, הבנת אותי?
אני לא הייתי בכיוון הזה.
אתה מתפרנס הרי מתביעות קטנות, אתה מבין?
כן.
רגע, מי סיפרת שזה, איך אומרים? זה הליכוד שלך לקבוע אנשים בתביעות קטנות. אז בוא נראה, הכל בסדר.
אז תתפלאי, את התביעה הראשונה, וזה
בסדר, אני לא התביעה הראשונה שלך, הבנת? וגם לא האחרונה כנראה.
תתפלאי.
הבנת? אבל הכל בסדר.
אני אדבר בדרך ארץ ותקללי.
Red light camera ahead.
אתה יודע מה, זה כמו אתה והחלל.
אוקיי, בסדר. את תשלחי אנשים להתקשר אליי, ואני...
תקשיב לי ותקשיב לי,
ואת תקללי, ואני לא אגיב לך.
אל תכניס לי מילים לפה.
לא אגיב לך, אבל אני לא אקבל ממך.
אל תכניס לי מילים לפה. אתה מבין? אתה לא מעוניין לקבל את 400 שקל האלה, אין שום בעיה. הכל בסדר.
זה אני לא, מה, זה לא, זה השופט...
הכל טוב, מחר אני בבית משפט, הכל בסדר.
תהיי בבית משפט.
אני אהיה בבית משפט.
את יכולה ללכת כל יום בבית משפט.
הכל טוב.
בסדר, אני אוכיח לבית המשפט ב3/10 היית בארץ, חזרת כבר בחו"ל, שיחקת אותה כאילו חולה.
ב3/1 לא הייתי פה, אדוני. מבין?
הראשון יש לי צילום וידאו, אתה עושה משחק עם אדי. תתווכחי.
תגיד לך, חתיכת קמבל. אני לא הייתי פה ב3/1, ותעשה את זה, ותביא איזה צילומים שאתה רוצה, הבנת אותי? זה הכל, תראה לי צילום שאני הייתי פה בשלישי לראשון.
אוקיי, לא, לך לא מראה כלום.
אתה גם משקר, אתה מבין?
אני לא בחיים לא משקר. אני בא...
אתה צודק. אין בעיה, אדון משה אלפסי.
אני לא אכנס לך לקללות. אני לא כזה.
תקשיב לי טוב.
הרי כתב אתמול כתב במכתב שאת רוצה לשלם... תקשיבי, אתמול כתבת לבית המשפט שאת רוצה לשלם דרך בית משפט ולא עושה קשר.
Red light camera ahead.
אתה גם יכול להגיד שלא קיבלת כסף. אתה מבין?
אני לא אקבל ממך 0.5 שקל ולא 700 שקל, הכל דרך הוצאה לפועל לפי החוק של מדינת ישראל.
מה אתה אומר? אתה חושב שאתה תקבל את הכסף אתה 20 רמת...
Speed camera ahead.
טוב, בסדר. זה בעין של אמא שלך.
בסדר, יש להם את הכלים שלהם.
יאללה, לך חפש חמוד שלי. יאללה.
אתם מבינים? היא אומרת שהשופטת ירדה לי, מצסה לי.
זה הקלטה פסק, חשוב שאתה מדבר איתה עכשיו.
איזה כיף לך.
תקשיב, השופטת תשמע את זה, תכניס אותה ישר למעצר.
אינשאללה.
אז אתם מבינים, זאת לא אישה. שמתם לב, אני לא הגבתי על הכללות שלה. תמיד אמרתי לה, רק דרך בית משפט, רק התיק בהוצאה לפועל. אני יושב בבית, צמוד למדד, מה אכפת לי? אני כבר קיבלתי שמועה שכבר עקלו לה את הפייפל, את כל הנקודים, לא יכולה להעביר, את החשבון, לאט לאט, אבל מה? עם סבלנות ולפי החוק.
United States.
After 5 days, you only have to do is that.
States. Most Americans might know that the cleanest bottled water brand in the USA is Evian. So which is the dirtiest bottled water brand in the United States? 5th place, Smart Water by the Coca-Cola Company. Smart Water is vapor distilled with added electrolytes but loaded with microplastics from plastic bottles and chemical leaching, tasting like enhanced plastic regret. 2,025 studies detect high synthetic polymers, no natural minerals, and complaints of flat, artificial mouthfeel. 4th place, Poland Spring by Blue Triton Brands. Poland Spring is marketed as natural spring, but contaminated with PFAS and industrial runoff, feeling like false purity. Consumer Reports 2025 flags detectable forever chemicals, metallic notes, and ecosystem damage from over-extraction in Maine. 3rd place, Essentia by Nestle Waters. Essentia is ionized alkaline water with high pH, but microplastic contamination and artificial processing. Bloated like overhyped clean, EWG detects bottle-leached chemicals. 2025 blind tests show chemical aftertaste, and users report stomach upset from high alkalinity. In the 2nd place, Core Hydration by The Wonderful Company. Core Hydration is electrolyte enhanced with plastic leaching and high microplastics, feeling like premium bottled tap. 2025 Orb Media studies show synthetic particles, no superior purity, and complaints of metallic taste and bloating from additives. Before announcing the first place, comment in the section below the brand you think is the dirtiest in the United States. The brand ranks first is filtered municipal tap water with added salts for bitter chemical bite and low pH harming tooth enamel. Rotten like sewer-like swill. Highest microplastic levels among major brands. Poor EWG transparency. And dead last in 2025 sommelier. Blind taste test for artificial additives. That's Dasani by the Coca-Cola Company. United States?
Speed camera ahead.
בשבילך. בואי תקשיב. בוא, ילד, תגידי איך תגיד, למי מבינו.
זה לא לאמץ חבר, זה לגדל ילד.
לא הבנתי למה יש לך אנשים בבית.
שתהיו, הדאגה לחברים שלכם תמכו בבית. רשת אינפט פרוסה בכל רחבי הארץ.
בכלל,
סניפים.
Check out and it's telling me 24 nuts.
Damage regard. These are
Dance.
Hey, gotta look as well.
My thing, but if somebody wants me to try it to see if I can do it in dentures, I could probably try it. Thursday is when you got your teeth removed. How are you feeling, Rickster? 12 posts? Dang, 6 on top and 6 on bottom? No, I got them all at once. Mess of stress, 29 teeth out at once. Can you eat steak or an apple? I can eat both, yeah. I've eaten steak and apples. I have to slice and cut sandwiches and pizza just to eat them. Need to just take the jump. I'm so sorry, Mimi. I couldn't eat a lot with my natural teeth either. About to have all mine pulled and I'm so heartbroken and scared. I'm sorry, Maria. It is a hard process. It's been over a year. Why can't you eat with yours? Do they not fit well? I had the temps for 4 to 6 months while your bone osteointegrate. I'm glad. You get zirconia arches in 4 to 6 months. Ah, that's amazing. I love that for you. You've had dentures since you're 26? How old are you now? I mean, that's rude to ask, but how about fried pigskin? Ooh, I don't think I've eaten fried pigskin. I've had bacon. 41. Ooh. How do I deal with confidence? I get on here and I fake it till I make it, honestly. Then I found out today my dog has a large mass and I have to euthanize him. Do you have to euthanize him? My dog has a large mass and he's still living. He has his days where he has hard days, but he's still living a pretty good quality of life. But he is 15. So we haven't had to euthanize him yet, but he does have a pretty big mass in his jowl right here. I'm so sorry, Rickster. That's rough. You're getting yours pulled on March 11th and you're scared? Yeah, my dog's 15. I have a 15-year-old and a 12-year-old dog. Is it easier to talk now or harder? I love being people's show. I was under anesthesia for 5 hours as they removed the teeth and put the post in. That's not bad. For 12 posts, that's not bad at all. They're regular dentures. Good afternoon, Sarah. How are you? You're on a liquid diet for 2 weeks. It's pretty common. Thanks, Bird. Thanks, Tina. X-Tina. Thanks, Brandy. Yeah, you'll have to wait for your bone to osteointegrate with those implants. That's super important. I want to get regular dentures and then go to Mexico or Turkey for implants. I get scared of dental tourism, but just make an informed decision, you know. Make sure you're going to a really, really good provider or you're going to end up paying more to have somebody in the U.S. fix them, you know? When I sneezed and forgot I had fake teeth and they almost went flying. No, I've never had that happen yet. You want to be able to tell that they were dentures? I appreciate that. A lot of people say my dentures suck, so I appreciate that. I hated my bone spurs when I got my teeth removed. I have about 6 bone spurs right now. Yeah, these are my healing teeth. They came in my package. I didn't really buy them. It came in my package. My teeth look natural. Thank you. People hate my bottoms for some reason. They say that they're too big. My baby's being loud and banging on the railing, sorry. $26,000 in Oregon City, Oregon for the entire project. Is that what implants? Like snap indentures? That's what they quoted me for snap indentures, but not traditional dentures. That's not bad, $800 for the top and bottom. How much were they? I paid $7,600 out of pocket for everything.
Speed camera
no
ahead.
Insurance. That was for extraction, sedation, my immediates, my final dentures in about 7 months, and all my appointments for a year. Bottoms are supposed to be big. I don't know. They fit my face. Really, I've done so much research and I talk to people who have had, I get scared because of if something goes wrong, your provider's in a whole nother country, you know? Like, implants and dentures aren't just one visit. I've had like 12 appointments in the last 5 months, you know? Implants are even more extensive than that. If something goes wrong, your provider's in a whole nother country. If you live on the border of like Mexico, sure, go for it. But I live 13 hours from Mexico. I'm not gonna go there. They aren't snap-in, these are screwed in. Yeah, I know. Oh, you're saying you paid $26,000 for full implants? That's actually really amazing. Like I just get scared. Yeah, you're in Cali, so that makes sense because like you're close. That makes sense. It wouldn't make sense to me because my provider would be a vacation away and I already don't have vacation money. Hi, Molly, and you have to go back like once to twice a year. Like, no, I don't think I'd go to another country to shave my teeth down, which is bad to do. Yeah. He is making music back there. You guys like my baby's music? You're making beautiful music. They love it. Thanks, you man. I'm scared to get permanent implants and $26,000 for snap-ins. Is that a budget? Yeah, I was quoted $25,000 for snap-ins. It would have been $21,000 with the discount they're giving me, or about $14,000 for just bottoms. No, just snap-ins. That's what I was talking about. I went to affordable dentures and implants. Of course, Brandy. Tips for recovering for the procedure. I just made a post about it. If you message me, I'll send it. But my biggest tips for recovery is ice, rest, hydration, take your medication, sleep, elevated, and saltwater rinses once you're cleared. Usually within 24 to 48 hours, you're cleared to do like swishing with the salt water. Follow that religiously. You're gonna be rough the first week. I have to wait until I'm a year, which is another 7 months away. I'm 3 days away from 2 weeks. Can't wait to use the straw. Mine are really comfortable. I did wear my temps during the first week, yes. Yeah, these are my temps. I have a face ice pack too, and now that I don't use it for my jaw, I wrap it around the back of my head and I use it for like migraines now. I wrap it around and Velcro it right here and I use it when I have migraines. Thank you, Seraphine. Oh, they're going so fast. Sorry. Yeah, you can message me. I have to accept it before you can send me pictures, but you can send me a message and show me your dentures. Yeah, I was quoted between 54 to 62,000 for implants in Utah, where I went. Hi, Outcast. Thanks, I'm married. I appreciate that. It's not something I regret. They saved my life. Dentures saved my life. I'm still getting used to the bottom. See, that's like, I don't have vacation money. Thanks for the heart me. I don't have vacation money, so it's hard to go to somebody out of state because I'd have to go back to them for maintenance. And you have to go like so many times. Oregon's not that close to me, you know? Mine had changed my whole life. I quit my job, my day job, and now I live in a box. Basically, I wear a mask everywhere. What do you mean? You were a dental tech for 15 years? Heck yeah, that's cool. I do take them out at night, yes. Yeah, go get your saltwater rinse, Rick. I didn't go through my insurance. Honestly, the promo they had, 15% off, was about the same as what I would have gotten with my insurance. I don't use glue right now, no. What's my favorite dinosaur? Nobody asks me that anymore. It's a velociraptor. Thanks. What's your guys' favorite dinosaur? Aspen won't remake. Why don't use Polydent? I don't use Polydent, but you have to wait 6 months for what? Have you noticed a decrease in bad breath? Yeah, actually, I have like morning breath. I don't get it as bad. But I get that 360-degree clean, you know? I take out my dentures and I get everywhere. And then I brush my gums and my mouth. Like, my mouth is clean. Littlefoot? I love Littlefoot. When can I start to brush my gums? I started with gum wipes after my first week. Thanks for the heart me, Queen Kitty. I started with gum wipes after my first week. And then brushing them, I want to say 2 weeks is when I started gently brushing my gums. I use Dentach Gold for my glue when I use it, but right now I don't have to because they fit really well.
Speed camera ahead.
That's what I was thinking. I've been flossing like crazy, trying to have the best breath. Yeah, I have phenomenal breath now, y'all. I get that 360-degree clean. I can brush where my teeth were. The acrylic in teeth, what do you mean? Oh yeah, use a soft bristle toothbrush always. I do use a medium bristle on my tongue though, because I get coffee tongue. Does your mouth feel fuller with them or the same? It used to, but now it feels more normal. I just posted the video, Sarah. I just posted the video, so the secret's out of what I was dremeling yesterday. And it's her toothless dentures. Oh, we're not gonna talk about it. I did just post a video. It is. Yeah, be careful on chewing ice. I get my full dentures next week. Should I put them in? They don't fit me like super well. I think I'm gonna go get like a acrylic reline, but I have Dentach 7 in them right now to make them work, but they don't fit me super well because they're somebody else's dentures.
Speed camera ahead.
We're not gonna talk about it, but I took them for content. Hold on, I got. She got implants. But my last video is dual content creation with her. Aren't they the best though? And honestly, with the amount I dremeled them, they're like a new pair. They are not the same. She had way smaller gums than me. What? Yeah. What's up with the gagging? What's up with gagging? Your dentures might just need to be shaved down a little bit. If it's just like the first few days, it'll probably go away. You have to get used to them. But if it continues after the first few days, why do I gag? I'm not gagging. I was laughing because I was putting in in another person's dentures.
Speed camera ahead.
But I've swapped saliva with way worse people than her, so. What causes the gagging? If your denture's too far back, like this. If this is too far back, I gag when mine are loose. I gag when mine are loose or when I'm hungry, but they're not loose right now, and I'm not hungry right now. Yeah, absolutely. Have fun going live, Rickster.
Is it okay for Wyatt to have one?
Yeah, you can have one. What happened to my teeth? I got an infection in my jaw and my root system, and it got into my blood.
Right lane blocked ahead.
Just needed to know what you were talking about. Okay, that's fair. I didn't go septic, but they're really shocked that I did not go septic. But no, I was just presenting blood symptoms. You can have a blood infection without going septic. I did not go septic. They do come in and out. It does take a bit to get used to, absolutely, Tina. It's always wild to see my getting ready videos. Glow up is real. Those teeth change. What was my symptoms? I had a fever, vertigo. I was lethargic to the point of like, if I did not lay down, I was gonna pass out. My gums were like pale, almost white. My heart rate would like rapidly increase, and I was nauseous. I was dizzy. The whites of my eyes were really dingy. They were more of like a grayish, bluish color. So those are my symptoms that they were in my blood. They confirmed the infection in my x-ray though. Yeah, that's the thing is, y'all, I have a 1-year-old. A lot of what I was experiencing, I just felt like I was a tired fucking mom with depression, if we're being honest. How long have you had them? 5 months. You found your community, Taylor. You had infection too. I'm so sorry. It's a big decision, Jill. I will say they're not as great as natural teeth, but they're better than my natural teeth. I got my front teeth knocked out and ended up having all of my teeth pulled and got dentures. Oh, I'm so sorry. I can't afford the dentist either, but I couldn't afford to die either, so I was like $10,000 for a funeral or $7,600 for my teeth, you know? I couldn't afford to die. I can't even afford to die, y'all. Are they really hard to get used to? They're not a walk in the park, but you can get used to them. They're just normal dentures. What are they gonna do, repo my teeth? What are they gonna do, repo my teeth? I'm just kidding, but really. How do you get them to do this? My teeth are horrible. I was dying of an infection, that's why I got mine, so. They didn't really argue. I can eat everything I've tried with them except for Hubba Bubba gum, and then Starburst, I have to like suck on, I can't chew on them. How long did you not have? I immediately woke up with these after surgery. Like my teeth came out, these went in. Yeah, I felt like I was really tired and I had depression and I was just a mom, but I had a fever that I did not notice because I was taking ibuprofen for pain. Thanks for the heartbeat, Mandy. I was already taking ibuprofen for like teeth pain, but I had a fever. I was lethargic to the point of like I felt like I was gonna pass out if I didn't lay down. I had vertigo really bad. I was dizzy. My heart rate would elevate really easy. Oh, and I did have low blood pressure. I did have low blood pressure at my first appointment. And then, what else? My gums were like pale white. My eyes were like a bluish grayish more color than this white color they are now. Didn't even notice. My mom has the same thing going on. She's 50 and thinks it's embarrassing at her age. Wish I could convince her. What? Dentures? I'm 32. You can show your mom any of my videos. I'm 32 with dentures. Is there a difference between dentures? What do you mean? Thanks, Streamer's Dream. How much did it cost? It cost me $7,600 out of pocket. I financed them.
Speed camera
That was
ahead.
for everything: extraction, sedation, my immediates, and my final dentures that I'll get in about 7 months. I can eat with them. Your dentures were $50,000 or your implants, Becky? That's a wild price for dentures. Mine are flat in the back, yours aren't. What do you mean? What state are you in? I'm in Utah. I went to Affordable Dentures and Implants in West Valley, Utah. The best perk of dentures and never worrying about decay and rotted bone and no nerves to be sensitive. Yeah, it's true. Veneers are $50,000? Really? I've never heard of that. I've heard veneers are around $20,000. How long did the process take? What process? My consultation was the 28th. My impressions were the 3rd. I got extractions the 12th because that's
Speed
when
camera
I could get
ahead.
work off. Enough work off, and then healing my gums was like 2 weeks to not feel so tender, was 3 weeks to feel like I was in my new normal. It's about a month to 2 months. I don't have post now. My fiance went to Affordable Dentures here in South Carolina. They did a great job on him. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad. They don't actually come down like actual teeth. It's flat with the gum. Mine's pretty flat with the gum. On the back.
Yeah, one tomato coming
Like on the inside, they're pretty flat. Do you feel like you speak differently, like pronouncing words? I had a lisp before I had dentures, so I don't notice a big difference. I have full dentures on top and will be getting my bottoms done pretty soon. How are you feeling?
One tomato coming up. See you tomorrow. Peace and love. Peace and love. Happy President Day.
I have Sojourn, and my teeth are rotty no matter what I do. I'm sorry, Regina. I don't use glue right now. No, Christy. I'm 53. My daughter helped